I'm desperate to do something that means something. So many things mean so much to me.
I'm just like, okay, I get it. The meaning of my life is to make original music.
I would love to be able to make videos like billwurtz, more than any other person. If you've seen a video from both Bill and me, that might seem like a strange admission. My videos, or anyone else's videos for that matter, are nothing like his. Bill's content, while whimsical and hilarious, is known for being very deeply original. How do you describe his style? What's the point of me even making a video on it? How can anyone be like him?
I'm your biggest fan.
Well, today I'm going to take the first step in the process of becoming a true clone by putting myself into the shoes of Mr. Wurtz himself. After all, we follow the scientific method here on my channel, so all we need to do is perfectly replicate the conditions that led to Bill's videos in order to produce similar results, right? Simple. No reason at all why that might not work, and I'm definitely sure Bill would approve of adherence to a strict formula. So let's sit back and see what becoming Bill Wurtz might entail, and what factors led him to making the magic happen. If you didn't know, Bill Wurtz is a musician and video creator based in New York City. Despite not being his most popular platform, his online presence is synonymous with his website, billwurtz.com. This website contains a number of notes, songs, and videos, as well as a few miscellaneous sections, like a continuously ongoing Q&A thread, and a section where Bill creates anagrams of user-submitted phrases. The website was launched in 2010, but contains content from as far back as 2000. In order to increase traffic to his site, Bill Wurtz began increasing his social media presence on Vine and YouTube, gaining a following on Vine in 2014 and winning a Shorty Award in 2016.
Thank you.
Bill reposted his Vine videos on YouTube as well during this time, but he broke out into longer YouTube content with History of Japan, which went viral. After a hiatus spent working on his next project, Bill unveiled the sequel, History of the World, I Guess. This video had over twice the length and a greatly expanded scope, including events up to the Big Bang and an international focus. This video was even more prolific than the Japan video and has been viewed 106 million times. After that, Bill spent a few years periodically releasing singles with video accompaniment on YouTube as well as on Spotify and iTunes, in addition to continuously updating billwurtz.com. Bill currently is taking another hiatus with the purpose of working on his next project, stating that much of the time is spent learning new technologies to include in his video, notably 3D modeling software. So that's where he came from, but what does Bill make? Bill has a lighthearted, jazzy, poppy musical style, accompanied by funky freeform instrumental solos, thick chords, and satisfying melodic resolutions. Bill's lyrics are often absurd, comedic, and range from upbeat to dark, which can create an interesting contrast with the melodies.
It's a good music writing, songwriting technique to write about something bad with a good sounding melody. Because if you can get people to feel good about something bad, then you're bulletproof in life.
Bill himself says his lyrics move
Diagonally.
They aren't chosen at random, but they also aren't what you might immediately expect. Bill's lyrics often follow a logical progression that isn't immediately apparent, but are usually related to each other in some way, whether through a rhyme scheme, verb usage, and/or parallel subject matter. This helps the verses feel coherent as they transition, while still maintaining the humor and absurdity that makes the songs interesting. It gives the uncanny valley feeling of being close to a normal song as opposed to something like your grocery list set to music, but it still is very different from a more normal piece. Bill navigates this valley masterfully. His knack for choosing lyrics in this vein is probably one of the really special parts of his channel, and something that needs to be paid attention to when trying to yoink his musical style. So we know what our fledgling Bill Wurtz clone channel is going for, but how do we get there? By making a song, of course. Bill's made many songs, and has given many tips on making them during his live interviews and on his Q&A page. Bill finishes writing the song first, and then records it after. He stated that doing all the writing before recording helps ensure that no one part of the song sounds worse than the others, which he calls worthless bridge syndrome. Bill's songs tend to follow a verse-chorus, bridge, verse-chorus, chorus sort of pattern, which is a variation on the very common verse, chorus, bridge, chorus song structure. This structure is popular in many types of music, but it does a good job highlighting the fun contrast and transitions between each part. Once the song is written, it can be populated with those cute instrumental interludes, which Bill writes or improvises after creating his outlines. Slap those babies right in there, and then off it goes to recording. Bill tends to advocate recording in whatever digital audio workstation is easiest, especially if it's already on hand. Bill himself records in MIDI through Logic Pro. This allows him to include whatever instruments he might want or need through just his keyboard, and allows him to modify the recording easily after he's finished. Then it's on to video editing. Bill uses Final Cut Pro X to edit in, but made most of his more famous videos in the more simplistic Final Cut Express 4, discontinued in 2011. For as unique as Bill's songs are, his editing style is arguably even weirder. The videos are wonderlands of neon text, clip art, stick figure drawings, and saturated backgrounds, all interacting with the song rhythmically in their properties. The irradiated shifting text pairs well with the synth, hammering home messages like,
The sun is a deadly laser.
Bill, to his credit, finds his editing style just to be the right way to do things. To Bill, it's logical and straightforward. Not a style, not an act, just pure common sense.
I mean, I'm just trying to do what needs to be done, get the job done.
So for a new billwurtz clone, just do something that's logical and straightforward, and I would imagine one should be good. Easy. Anytime now, inspiration will strike. After honing the style, the video will appear more authentic than it's ever been, perfectly creative, funny, and interesting. I wish it was that easy. I think there is an obvious problem here. The problem with becoming a billwurtz ripoff channel is that if someone really wanted to be like Bill, they couldn't make videos like him. I don't know if it makes sense. To me, that wouldn't be scaling the mountain. It would be more akin to taking the gondola to the top of a cardboard mountain cutout. When you go to take a picture of it, people would be able to see how thin the imitation is. Bill strikes me as a person who's very in touch with himself, to the point where it's impossible for him to emulate other people. Bill doesn't see the world that way, and it's something you see in his interviews and more importantly, in his work.
I don't have that skill set.
To
pretend to I don't know, whatever that is. I don't even know the first thing about what you would do if you wanted to copy your neighbor and have that work. I don't know why that would work, but it seems like a lot of people do that. I don't know how to do that.
He doesn't watch a video tutorial on how to be like someone, so now that you're done watching this, I don't think you should either. I think to really be like billwurtz, you need to spend more time with yourself and figure out how you really want to sound, or what you really want to make. Outside influence can be helpful to get started with, but Bill embodies the exact opposite. He showcases the depths of the creative self, the things that one can come up with independently from other influences. This approach has downsides, of course. Criticism is most effective through the lens of outsiders. You can become wrapped up in your own sense of superiority without even seeing what you're up against. But it also has a purity to it that I think Bill embodies. Bill showcases that once talent has been developed, deep introspection can produce results that are very authentic and very much worth appreciating. I think if you really want to sound like him, that's what you have to do too. There is no shortcut to an original sound or style, and that's precisely why Bill's videos are valuable. Originality is something you have to work very hard to achieve, like countless other artists and creators did before you, me, or Bill. And once you've sweated it out to reach the top and put in the time to understand your tools, your medium, and yourself to the fullest, I really do think that you'll be the most like him. I'm out of characters, so I guess this is the end. Until we meet again, good luck with your creative works and your life.